Hi comic book fans, and welcome to the first video of a two-part video series looking at an entrepreneurial comic creator, Scott Harris King. Okay, so the second part of this will be an interview with Scott that I will be conducting this afternoon. I'm very excited. Scott Harris King produces his own comics, has been doing for a number of years. They've been funded by crowdfunding and friends and family, I think. We had him on our weekly Geekly chat a month or so ago. And I really liked what he was saying and what he was talking about. And I said that I would like to get some of his comics to try and sell in the UK. So I purchased a number of comics from him that have arrived now in the UK. I have to say I'm going to be keeping half of them for my own personal collection because they're tremendous. The other half I will sell, and I will gauge demand. And if the demand is big enough, then I will bring more of these into the UK for the UK market, and I do think they should come in. I will explain at the end how you can get a copy, how you can register interest in these comics. Right, so Scott started by doing a series called Crimebusters. So here we have Crimebusters #1, first issue. And what he's doing here is he is using a public domain character. So this guy here in the red shirt is called Crimebuster. He was created by a guy called, I think it was Charles Biro, who may be the guy who invented the biro. I don't know. I'm not sure. I will ask Scott this during our interview. And he's now in public domain. So Scott really, and he used to appear in a comic called Boy Comics, okay, back in the day. He's now in public domain, and Scott decided to resurrect him. And he also, this character here called Trixie Troublemaker or something, Trixie Trouble, she is she's an invention of Scott's, and she joins him on his adventures. I would describe this as I said at the start, these are ripping yarns. You know, this is schoolboy, schoolgirl, bit older than that. They're at college here, solving mysteries. And they're pretty dark mysteries. In this first issue, on the first page, we get introduced to a whole load of characters. I have to say, a spoiler here, about half of them die in this first issue. Really good stuff. I would say, however, that the internal art, I mean, everything is done by, these first ones here, everything is done by Scott himself. The art, the story, the getting it printed, getting it distributed, he's done the lot. I would say the weak point of these first issues is the internal artwork. I quite like the covers, but some of the internal artwork is a bit rough around the edges. But other than that, great stuff. I mean, I read these. I will stop reading if I'm not enjoying something. But these are a nice, quick, great read, good storyline, good character development. Yeah, so here we go. That was Crimebusters 1. This is actually the second print, because the first print of #1 has sold out. If we look at the back cover, we've got great stuff. Who is the terrifying menace known as the Death Mask? How can Crimebuster and Trixie Trouble defeat a deadly creature possessing unearthly powers? What terrible curse causes friend to turn against friend? Which of these innocent students is doomed? Most of them. Find out inside. I mean, it is rip-roaring stuff, fast-paced, fun read, and a real nice change to the dirge that comes out of DC and Marvel most of the time. I would say, you know, if you've got a I don't know, 12 to 60, 12 plus person who's interested in getting into comics, then this is great. Okay, now there's then some variant covers. That was Crimebusters 1 second print. This one is also the first one, and again it's the second print. And this is because he wanted to carry on the boy comics, so he's followed on the continuity. So this is Boy Comics issue 120, which follows on where Charles Biro left off many years ago. Okay, and this is second print variant, only 25 of these printed. And I've got one. Nice cover here. And also, so there we go. Then we get into the second issue. So we've got Crimebusters 2, and we get a story about a haunted bride. And we get a guy who can go into people's dreams and take you back into history. And our hero, Crimebuster, and Trixie do that. Oh, I forgot to mention a major character. Wait, sorry about that. Yes, one of the major characters in this is a monkey called Squee. So Squee, who is a little monkey, is effectively Crimebuster's original sidekick. But as Scott said, he's a bit limiting as a sidekick because you can't discuss clues with him because all he can say is Squee. But there is a great backup story about Squee in issue 1 of Crimebusters. Really fun, really fun. So Crimebusters, this is issue 2, and here we have the backup character is called Vera Veritas, and again back cover C. Chuck attacked. Yeah, Crimebuster is called Chuck. Thrill to Trixie's bravery. Witness Vera in action. That's Vera Veritas. And gasp at the dream walker. Yeah, okay. It's just great fun stuff. The quality of the printing and the quality of the paper is hugely superior to anything that Marvel and DC are putting out. The quality, the production quality on this in terms of the print and the paper is fantastic. I mean, you feel as if you've got a real comic here. That's a variant cover to that is this one. Again, continuing the Boy Comics one. This is Boy Comics number 121. And we have Trixie gets her own variant. So this is Trixie Trouble Mysteries issue 2. There she is. Right, and then we have Crimebusters number 3. So this is the 3rd issue. The Spell of the Sorcerer. Great stuff again. Thoroughly recommend. And Boy Comics again. And here we've got a real World War II type cover. Don't fear fascism, fight it, is what Crimebuster says. Yeah, look at this. And there's Squee. You remember the monkey I was talking about? Nice variant cover. Here is the Trixie Trouble Mysteries variant cover. Here. Right, also there is a fantastic issue that is not for sale. I'm not selling it. If anybody wants, it's only been expresses an interest in getting hold of a copy of this, then I will sort of try and get one for you, but not immediately available. I've only got one copy of this. This is the 80th anniversary of Crimebuster, and here Scott has got George Tusker to do the artwork and Andrew Pepoy to do the colouring. I mean, look at this, it's fantastic. That's a great big thick thing. It reprints the story from Crimebuster 1 and also some of the stories from the original Boy comics. Right, okay, so that's the Crimebuster series. What then happens is Scott moves on to another character. Another character in public domain called Uncle Sam. Okay, and Cthulhu. So he's joined together Cthulhu, the H.P. Lovecraft sort of horror ancient ones, and Uncle Sam, who's the guy who says Uncle Sam wants you in the poster, who gains his power from the American people. And here we have Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam #1. This is fantastic. This was my favourite read, actually, of these comics. I whizzed through this. It is real fun. There's a character, one of Scott's recurring characters. She does appear in Crimebusters. Is called Granny Gumshoe. She's like a granny. And she's got an umbrella. She's a bit like an aged Mary Poppins, so she can fly with her umbrella. And she joins up with Uncle Sam to fight Cthulhu. Yeah, I know. It's just magnificent. And this story here is great. They end up in some area underneath Madison Square Gardens where there's a wrestling match going on. And Uncle Sam fights it out with Cthulhu. So here we have on the back page, the match of the century. Uncle Sam, 6'6", 245 pounds, undefeated since 1776, versus Cthulhu, 900 feet, 500 pounds, master of the sleeper hold. Two colossal legends. One walks out alive. Steel cage savagery. If you read one comic from this, this is my favourite. Is also a story about the human spirit. You know, there's a guy who at the start of this, he's a soldier in World War II, and he's frightened, and Uncle Sam appears and gets him to sort of help out, and by the end of it he's recovered all his courage. We get some great art in there. The art in this is significantly improved from the Crimebusters. You can see this moving along. The art really moves along, and we get Uncle Sam fighting Cthulhu with the help of the soldier. Here we go, great double page spread here. Uncle Sam, boosted in size and power by the by the fans at Madison Square Gardens, punching it out with Cthulhu. I've got some copies of this for sale. Come and buy one from me. It is fun, fun, fun. They don't make comics like this anymore, except they do. Scott makes them. One of my best reads so far. I have to say, that's up there with my best comic reads this year. It'll definitely be in my top 10 comics this year. Right, some great variant covers to this. It says, keep calm and Cthulhu Fatang. Yeah. Cthulhu, this is Cthulhu Wants You. You know the Uncle Sam poster with Uncle Sam Wants You. This is Cthulhu Wants You. Fatang. Brilliant. We also have Uncle Sam versus Cthulhu #2. Equally good fun. And this time, there's an evil scientist, even evil doctor type guy. We get the appearance of this guy, who is called the Lone Gun, I think. Ike Reeves. He's a really good character. He's sort of like a gumshoe detective. joining together with Granny Gumshoe, her dog, which talks, and the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, the Statue of Liberty fights it out with Cthulhu. Where is it? It's a great, is it a double page spread in the middle of this? Yeah, here we go. Statue of Liberty is fighting with Cthulhu. Well, I don't know what more to say. It's just great fun. Some great characters. You know, I want to see more of them. I want to see more Granny Gumshoe. I want to see more of the Lone Gun. More of Uncle Sam. And I mean, I collect Fantastic Four homage covers, and this Cthulhu issue 2 of Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam, we have got a Fantastic Four homage cover. We've got Granny Gumshoe up here, we've got Uncle Sam down here, we've got Lone Gun down here, and we've got the dog, Granny's dog up here. That's just one of my favourite covers. I have one of those to sell. I'm keeping this one to sell. As I said, I'll come back to how you can buy these in the future. Oh, here we go. This is another of my favourite covers. This is, again, Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam, number 2. This is the Granny Gumshoe Virgin variant. So there she is, Granny Gumshoe. This is Uncle Sam. This is Cthulhu. This is the evil scientist. Look at that cover. It is brilliant. There's also some variants. There's some variants which are Adventures into the Unknown variants. So for issue 1, it's Adventures into the Unknown 175. I'm not sure why this is here. I will ask Scott about this when he comes. There's a Virgin variant of that as well. And we also get a Old One Wrestling presents Uncle Sam versus Cthulhu. Madison Square Garden's main event, Tuesday, July the 4th, 1944, admission 25 cents. So there we go. That's a little introduction into the ripping yarns from Scott Harris King. Yeah, and I will be interviewing Scott in a follow-up video. Right, so how do you buy these comics? Okay, so I have brought into the UK, and I'm the only person I believe that has these in the UK for sale. I've got numerous copies. I've got some copies of I'm keeping a set for myself because I think they are great. But the ones where I have 2 copies, I'm going to put them up for sale. I would also be interested if, obviously I'm going to have 1 copy for sale of most of these. If there is sufficient demand, I will arrange with Scott to get more of these brought into the UK to sell. Okay, how do you buy them? There's a couple of ways to buy them. Firstly, you can just email me at mark@suddenlycomics.com and tell me which issues you're interested in. I have to tell you the regulars, the regular copies with not a limited print run, I will charge £10 for. The ones which have got print runs between 50 and 100, so that's still fairly limited, are £15. And the ones with a 25 print run are £20. Okay. And if you're interested, I haven't got any more copies of some of these to sell. So that big thick 80th anniversary one, for instance, I'm keeping that. If I had got it for sale, it would be up for 25 quid. So if you want me to talk to Scott about whether he's got any more of those available, or if he's going to do another print run, I will talk to him. So sorry, back to how you can get these. You can email me at mark@suddenlycomics.com. I'm also going to put them up on my Whatnot marketplace page, so you can find me on Whatnot at Suddenly Comics. And I'm going to be at London Comic Mart this Sunday, and I'll have some of these copies with me at the London Comic Mart for sale. So there you go. Let's get Scott with some more sales. He deserves it. I want to see bigger print runs of this. I want to see more ripping yarns from Scott. So please support him, and let's get some great comics out there. That's your lot. See you again soon.